welcome. In this video, I'll be flying from Perth to Adelaide on Jetstar flight JQ111. We start here at Terminal 1 International. I'll get back to this in a bit. After dropping our bags, we head upstairs to the international departures. Since it's an international departure, we have to go through border security, but since it's only to Adelaide, it's basically a quick check. Past security, we arrive at a duty-free zone with a selection of alcohol's big-name brand stores and an electronics store called JB Hi-Fi. Outside you can see multiple restaurants, cafes and convenience stores and one of 4 international lounges. This is the Aspire Lounge, and you can access if you have a priority pass or by paying. The other 3 are the Singapore Airlines Silver Crest Lounge. If you have a Singapore Airlines business class ticket or Star Alliance Gold tier status, you can also access. The Air New Zealand Lounge, if you have an Air New Zealand business class ticket or Star Alliance Gold tier status, you can also access. And the Emirates Lounge at the end. If you have a business class or first class ticket, a Qantas frequent flyer Gold tier status or higher, you can also access. Here you can also find Gate 50 and 51. Awaiting at Gate 55 is the plane taking us to Adelaide, Victor Hotels - Oscar Yankee Foxtrot, an Airbus A321LR being delivered new to Jetstar in April 2024, just under 2 years old. Boarding was called 12 minutes early and we made our way onto the jet. Thank you. Now, why Terminal 1 International, you may ask? Well, this route is part of the Enhanced Regional Package since this route is specifically a Bali to Adelaide via Perth flight. Australia and Indonesia operate under a bilateral air services agreement, which basically means a cap on how many seats either nation is allowed to offer. Since Perth is one of the cities with those 25,000 seats per week cap in both directions, and ever since COVID ended, the cap has easily been reached between every major airline in Australia. What Jetstar decided to do is make this route, since Adelaide isn't one of the cities that isn't part of the agreement, giving capacity for Perth passengers and Jetstar to profit from. A similar route is Bali to Cairns via Melbourne, which sounds weird but somehow works. This jet features 232 seats in an all-economy class 3-3 layout. I'll be seated in 10A. The seat has a somewhat poor amount of legroom and a tray table that extends. You can also find a safety card, a buy on board menu and an air sickness bag. There is also a device holder and a USB-A port. Above you can access air vents, reading lights and the flight attendant call button. Pushback began on time.
Dear passengers, in preparation for takeoff, it is important that you are familiar with the safety features of all this Airbus A321LR. Please pay attention to your nearest cabin crew and listen carefully.
Hello again. We want you to have a safe and enjoyable flight, so please listen closely while we take you through the safety requirements for our Airbus A321LR. Your crew are highly trained to help keep you safe, so make sure you listen to and follow their instructions. As we get underway, please make sure your personal electronic devices are in a flight safe mode, or otherwise completely switched off. Electronic devices should not be placed into seat back holders for takeoff. Unplug any cables from the seat back charging ports. Your carry-on baggage and larger electronic devices should now be placed either under the seat in front of you or in an overhead locker. Check that your seat back is upright, your tray table is stowed away, your armrest is lowered, and your window shade is open. The seatbelt sign above you will be illuminated whenever you must have your seatbelt fastened. To fasten your seatbelt, clip the buckle and clasp and pull on the loose strap to tighten. Undo the seatbelt by lifting the buckle flap. The seatbelt is most effective when worn low, tight, and throughout the entire flight. Make sure you're familiar with the brace position, best suited to your seat. The onboard safety instruction card in your seat pocket shows pictures of your brace position, along with other important safety information. The A321LR has 10 emergency exits, which we'll now show you. 2 at the front, 4 over the wing, 2 behind the wing, and 2 at the back of the cabin. Lights will illuminate, showing you the path to follow to these exits. If we need to leave the aircraft quickly, taking your personal items with you will slow you down, so please leave everything behind. If a mask like this appears from above you, pull it down firmly to start a supply of oxygen. Quickly put it over your mouth and nose and breathe normally. Keep the mask in place by fitting and tightening the strap, and then help others around you. There is a life jacket located in a pouch under your seat. If it's required, remove the life jacket from the pouch, place it over your head, pass the strap around your back, clip it at the front, and then pull on the loose strap to tighten. Only inflate your life jacket as you leave the aircraft by pulling down on the red tag. You can top up your life jacket by blowing into this mouthpiece. The life jacket also has a whistle and a light to attract attention. There are emergency escape and flotation devices accessible from each exit, and a life raft at the rear of the aircraft. By law, you must not tamper with or remove any aircraft equipment unless authorized. You must comply with any instructions from our crew and any signs that you see on board. Smoking, vaping, or the use of e-cigarettes is not permitted anytime, anywhere on board the aircraft, including in the bathrooms. It's our pleasure to have you on board with us today, and we hope you have an enjoyable flight. Thanks for listening.
We then taxied to runway 03 via Sierra and Charlie, and then our departure off runway 03. We made a sweeping right turn passing over the High Wycombe Freight Train Depot and the suburbs of Beckenham, Kenwick and Maddington. In the distance you can see the suburb of Lesmadi, 21 kilometres from the city of Perth. After about 30 minutes in the air, our onboard service began. With the ticket I purchased, Jetstar includes a $15 meal voucher, so I bought a cheese and tomato toastie, and a can of Coke. Here you can see the West Australian coast for the last time in this flight. About an hour and 10-ish minutes later, we are now in South Australia with the Erie Peninsula below us. Another 10 minutes later, the Yorke Peninsula. Just before we pass the Yorke Peninsula, below us you can see the town of Port Vincent, 194 kilometres from Adelaide by road. Finally, you can now see the coast of Adelaide, and here's our departure onto runway 29.
Welcome to Adelaide, everyone, with the local time now is just approaching 5:54 evening. Sorry, I should say it's 8:24 in the evening. Although when the ground, please keep your seatbelt fastened and remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been switched off. A reminder that smoking, vaping, and e-cigarettes are strictly prohibited while disembarking inside the terminal building. Before you head off, double check you have everything with you and be careful when opening the overhead lockers. Items may fall out, casting injuries to yourself or a fellow traveler. Please take any face mask or wipes whether use or unused of the aircraft with you, and if your phone is within reach, you can switch off flight mode. Finally, on behalf of Jetstar Captain Daniel, along with the entire crew members, would like to take this opportunity to thank you for choosing to fly with Jetstar today. It's been a pleasure having you fly with us, and we look forward to seeing you again when you next choose to travel. Thank you, and once again, have a very good evening.
I paid $319 for this flight, including a change in flight, which does sound pricey, but it was the cheapest option when I wanted to go to Adelaide, plus I really wanted to fly Jetstar anyway. Overall, my experience was good. The crew were friendly, the flight was on time, and I had no issues during the service. I don't see why flying a low-cost carrier is considered a bad option. Yeah, there are some cons, but overall, not too bad.